So, do you think that government should encourage more organic farming? Like these days, we have seen fertilizers and all are something that is predominant, as you have mentioned. So, do you think that government should move towards or focus or encourage people for the organic farming?
I think so. They must do it till farmers are not being recognized as teachers or other professionals, right, in the world. Yeah, I know
Yes.
government could, uh, they honor other professions like cricketers, like other people in this world. But
Yes.
sportsmanship are going to be awarded in India, but they never award the farmers. They never encourage these things, and they know farmers are just fulfilling the value of all these individuals who is known as celebrity in our country, right?
When we are discussing about the word farming, most predominant thing in India, we already know about the census. I think you're the person, you are the teacher, and for sure you must be knowing about census and so many things about farming. Lots and lots of people are involved, especially in India, more than any country in the world is. So according to you, how important is farming in our country? What is its importance?
Yeah, I think it is very important. Farming, because of farming we could fulfill our belly. It doesn't matter whoever is farming, right? But we are getting food because of them, because of their hard work and labor. They have been sweating in their field, and because of that, we have been eating. It different matter that we have money. If somebody is not gonna
Yes.
grow the crops, then our money would be not useful. We cannot fill our belly. So yeah, and I'm belonging from a farmer family, so I know what is the importance of being a farmer. I have also done lots of work in my farm with my parents. So, I'm kind of very well known about farming.
Okay. Okay, so I can consider that you're the person who have seen all these things from a very close perspective. Like it's not only you, like most of the people, like even I, if I talk about all these things, so I've also been into villages and been into all these things, because India, most of the household, they have land. They have, apart from the business that they're doing, most of the people have land, and they work, or maybe they appoint some people in order to work for them, those all things. So we always have knowledge of all these things that are going in farms especially. So according to you, what are the challenges that farming industry is facing today in this scenario? Like earlier, the technology was not so fastened as if it is today, and it has affected the farming sector also. So according to you, what is the challenge that farming is facing these days, especially today, like these upcoming days?
I think farmers are facing the problem of soil degradation day by day. Okay, every year the quality of soil is degrading. So, like they have to use fertilizers. Yeah, so farmers are using a large amount of fertilizers every year. So every year they have to increase the amount of fertilizers because of the
Yes.
degradation of soil. So, uh, this is a very worrying situation for farmer right now and the future of the humankind, because we are dependent on food. And if
Yes.
there is something like famine is going to happen in future, then we have a large population on this earth, and day by day number of people are increasing on this earth. So you can understand the situation, what could be the situation in the future. So I think the soil degradation is one of the most worrying situation for farmers nowadays.
Yes, yes. Like soil degradation, when you're talking about, as I've already mentioned, most of the problems are because the world is going towards a very progressive and a wonderful and for sure a successive nation. But along with this, so many different things also come. Like the fertilizer is something that scientists have developed, and people, scientists and chemicals, what all are used, they are also considered as success for a country. But for sure these all things are degrading our environment, as you have mentioned. Like these are something that have affected the soil, and ultimately the underground water also is something very, very important, because ultimately we are intaking that one inside us, so it is affecting us in some way or the other. So do you think that government should encourage more organic farming? Like these days we have seen fertilizers and all are something that is predominant, as you have mentioned. So do you think that government should move towards or focus or encourage people for the organic farming?
I think so. They must do it. But before that, let me tell you one thing. Still, a government and any government in this world, I will not talk about the world, but definitely I will talk about India. They are not still, looking at the farmer with good eyes. I mean, respectable eyes. So we are going to talk about, farming. Still, farmers are not being recognized as teachers or other professionals, right, in the world. Yeah, I know
Yes.
government could, uh, they honor other professions like cricketers, like other people in this world, but
Yes.
sportsmanship are going to be awarded in India, but they never award the farmers. They never encourage these things, and they know farmers are just fulfilling the value of all these individuals who is known as celebrity in our country, right? So
Yes.
that's what is something that I think government should must take initiative to encourage organic farming and all kinds of farming, and they must
Yes.
respect the farmers of the country because they are the somehow uh, belly filler of people.
Yes. Yes. Yes, like not only the person, if someone is growing something, each and every profession is respected in India. Like this is always a saying that any profession, it doesn't matter like what you are earning and what all those things are. But yeah, this is something that is quite a very respectable profession. And because that is something all through which the world goes. Like I had heard during the lockdown time, India had supported international people and all the nations, other nations, by providing its surplus grains that was available to it. So yes, at the time, if this wasn't available, like farming was not so prominent, so maybe this wasn't possible and we could not go ahead with it, right?
Hmm.
Yes. So you said that promoting of farmers is very important. So Anand, what are the measures do you think that Indian government or people of India as a whole, other than farmers, can take to promote farming?
I think farmers need a special kind of help. Like they should be given, I think, kind of subsidiary. They are also providing, but I don't think it is impactful. It is changing their life. So
Yes.
they should be given all these amenities that they can grow the crops. And more than that, in India, I'm coming from the farmers family, so I understand one thing: people do not have enough land, right? So
Yes.
they have very small piece of land, so they cannot grow a crop in. They can grow, but they are growing little crops. So like it
Yes.
cannot fulfill their needs, so that's also a
Yes.
problem. And even they have fields, then there are few kattha is one place. I mean, kattha is a kind of yard that we use here to measure the land. Okay, so few kattha is
Okay.
here, few kattha is a different place. They don't have field all together. Okay, so that is also a problem. If they will have a field together at one place, then they can grow a crop in big or large amount. They can work
Yes.
well within the field. So that's also a problem. There are so many things that should be rectified at this moment. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, working on one area won't work these days. Like farming is a big sector. It involves lots and lots of things apart from the non-organic or the organic farming that a couple of people or a group of people do as a whole in order to provide food to their citizens. So yeah, yes, this is something really important and needs to be looked upon. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Anand. We are at around the end of our session, and I think you're feeling sleepy. Actually, at the beginning of the session only, I recognize there is some problem. There is the limit at which you are active is little less. I felt so. Yeah, that is why I asked you again. Like, how was your day? I thought there is not any problem in your day as a whole.
Yeah, like I am morning person, and today I am working up till night. Okay, because usually I sleep 9:30, 10. Around 10. So that's why I'm getting, and I don't know why my I'm feeling. I'm I'm feeling like, sleeping right now. I have a strong will to sleep. I don't say will, I mean, I cannot control sleeping.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, so good night, Anand. Have a great night ahead. Thank you so much.